Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the Closing Bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlet Fu.
All right, Katie, so you mentioned Alphabet. So let's start there because, folks, that is your number one gainer in both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 on this Monday. Stock was up as much as 6.3% intraday. So we did see an intraday high, closing, though, with about a 3% gain. This, as Katie mentioned, we got news over the weekend. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway disclosing a stake in the company in what was seen as a sign of confidence in its prospects. The stake, as of the Friday close, was worth about $4.9 billion. So that was certainly an outperformer today. I want to mention two names. We're going to bring them up on the boards for you. This was also a top gainer in the S&P 500 throughout the day. The news was lithium prices and shares in producers of the metal surged today after one of China's major suppliers delivered a bullish forecast for the battery material that had been languishing in a global glut. So shares in major producers, including SQM and Albemarle, were both higher. Albemarle up about 2.2% here in today's session, and SQM up about 9% in today's session. So some outperformance there. And then just one more, just kind of something different. Vita Coco, that one hitting a record today. It's up about 27% year to date. Heavy volume. BofA coming out, upgrading its recommendation on the coconut water company to buy from neutral, raising its price target to 54 from 48. That after President Trump issued an order on Friday reducing tariffs on hundreds of food products we know that can't be produced in the United States in sufficient quantity to meet domestic demand. The company issued a statement this morning saying that under that executive order, it believes that its coconut water products will be exempt from reciprocal tariffs as of November 13th. And investors kind of liking that one.
I don't know. Romaine strikes me as like a harmless harvest sort of coconut water guy.
I love coconut water.
Yeah.
I was an OG on the coconut
You were
water.
back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Are you still?
Yeah.
It is.
It's the best way to hydrate. You know
I am a fan.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
I never see you drinking it.
Wow, she just called you out.
I know. And we do spend a lot of time together.
I know what he drinks. Water.
Hey, let's talk about some of the decliners. I want to start with the worst performer in the S&P 500 today. Dell down about 8.4%. Worst performer on a percentage basis in the S&P 500. A double downgrade from Morgan Stanley analysts who write that a memory supercycle increasingly poses a risk to earnings of hardware, original equipment, and design manufacturers. The analysts cut their ratings not just on Dell, but HP, Pegatron, and Asus Tech to underweight. Shares once again down 8.4%. Nvidia shares also taking a hit today. This is the worst performer in the S&P 500 on a points basis, down 1.9%. Certainly the big report that comes this week, Wednesday after the bell, so keep an eye on shares as a result of that. Also, Peter Thiel's hedge fund, Thiel Macro, sold its stake in Nvidia during the third quarter, offloading its whole position of more than 537,000 shares. That would have been worth about $100 million based on the closing price from September 30th. And finally, shares of Blue Owl Capital down 5.6% today. They were under pressure. There was this big piece in the Wall Street Journal late yesterday. It goes into detail about how the firm is financing data centers and its exposure to the AI trade. Blue Owl, among the fund managers that have brought in trillions of dollars in recent years and of late put much of that money toward financing data centers. We spoke to Chris Whalen, chairman of Whalen Global Advisors, a little earlier. He referenced that article when we were talking about the financial firms involved in the AI ecosystem. Whalen is not sold on this technology. He doesn't see this, the output from this, as being as exciting as so many others think.
Can I just say, I listened to that interview. You guys got to let him finish his answer, by the way. But I stayed to listen to the whole thing. Sit in the bathroom the whole time.
Thanks for the feedback.
I did, actually. It was good. But anyway, we get to the idea. You talk about data centers and AI. That's actually been a big driver of what we've been seeing in the bond market. I want you to take a look at Treasury yields. They didn't go a whole lot of places here. Obviously, some people did bid in as a potential safety play. But the move was kind of constrained because of the gigantic corporate bond sale out there by Amazon. And we've seen this play out over the last few weeks here with Oracle and a couple other big behemoths coming into the corporate bond market, and that kind of sucks life out of the Treasury market here. So that could be a big story here going forward as more of these companies look to capital markets to fund their AI dreams.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.